While the dowry system is being condemned by the newer generation in India, by both young men and women, is giving gifts to the bride also considered as dowry? Where and how do we draw the line? Folks, this is Sahila once again with another topic that is raw, sensible, and uninhibited wealth and legacy. I was recently chatting with a young 30-year-old Satish who's getting married soon to a very rich, affluent girl called Malini, who is also 30 years old. They both have been in a relationship for nearly 2 years. Malini's father owns a couple of jewelry stores in Mumbai, and Malini has played a huge role in running the business, helping her father, while Satish is a self-made man working for a small US-based company in USA. He once very proudly told me, "I don't need a single ounce of her father's share from her family's gold business or other investments. She will learn to cook, clean, and live a simple middle class life like me eventually, and I know she will because she's very simple at heart. I don't want unnecessary drama from her rich upper class families. My family or my parents will not demand anything in cash or gift from her family. I don't want her to be using her father's money after marriage either. I'm very focused on my career and I have big dreams in my current job." I listened to him patiently and then asked, "Satish, but what about her career? Doesn't Malini owe something to her jewelry business where she has invested her time for past 10 years? I understand you don't expect any financial support from her, but she has infused her hard work in her father's business for a very long time. And just because she is a girl, is it fair to throw it all away after marriage? I think, in all fairness, she will need to use some of her father's identity and money to create a new business in USA. And if you stop her from taking help from her father, you are depriving her of her new career. And this is not dowry." The Dowry Prohibition Act in 1961 Article 3 clearly specifies penalty for giving or taking dowry and does not apply to presents or gifts which are given at the time of the marriage to the bride or groom when no demand for them have been made. To understand better, let's see a little bit of how dowry system came into existence. When dowry evolved in Vedic period, it was essentially followed by upper castes to benefit the bride because she was unable to inherit the property under the Hindu law. In order to counter this, the bride's family gave the groom dowry, which was registered in bride's name, and it was called Stridan or woman's property. In modern times, as part of give and take, an attempt is made from groom's family to dictate the quantum of each gift, along with specific demands for dowry. In such circumstances, there is an element of coercion on the bride's family, and this is what has come to be recognized as the menace of dowry today in India. With the educated millennials, however, they are more individualistic and prefer to work in their own spaces with not much interferences. Satish is one such millennial who feels that he may be bound to his in-laws if his wife starts to accept gifts or money during or after marriage. Such financial inequalities can become a source of misunderstandings, especially after marriage. In Satish's case, I explained to him to imagine the opposite, as if Malini came into his family with bare minimum. Then wouldn't Satish say, "Make yourself comfortable in my home, Malini, and consider my home or wealth as yours. You can utilize my jewelry business to suit your interests and make it grow like the way you want, because all of this belongs to you now as much as it is mine." Similarly, if she wants to grow her father's family business, which she has always considered as hers, and if that is her passion, then why should Satish stop her from living her dreams? Immediately, Satish said, "I understand where you're coming from, but I don't want her father to think that I'm secretly pursuing his wealth through Malini, and this can ruin my reputation and my identity within her family. I have certain core values that represents me, and they are more important to me than anything else. For which I replied with a sly smile, I don't need to teach you how to WhatsApp. Keep an open communication with her father so he understands where you are coming from and what your interests are. Share your concerns with him from time to time and build a trust. Your relationship with him should be crystal clear. Folks, as a progeny, we automatically inherit the good and the bad from our ancestors. The genes which control our characters, the color of our skin, our intelligence, and many more things are transmitted from our ancestors, more than we want to accept or realize. Sometimes we have to deal with our parents' bad decisions like divorces or financial crisis or genetic illnesses passed on to us. And sometimes we have to happily accept their fortunes and wealth that we inherit through them. Like everything else in life, we have to learn to accept the positives and negatives without any attachments. In Malini's case, Satish may be sounding noble by refusing all the fortune and wealth of Malini's family. But he also can't tell Malini to refuse what she rightfully inherited unless she wants to do it on her own. After all, wealth gives you the ability to fully experience life. Today, wealth is not about having a lot of money. It is about having a lot of options. Marriage is about equal partnership of both the good and the bad that one brings into the marriage consciously or unconsciously. Sahila, dedicated to the wealth and legacy which we leave behind for our next generation. If you like this video, please post your comments and suggestions on Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, this is Sahila signing